Most expensive mistakes. While it's true that everyone makes mistakes, the severity of these errors can differ greatly. So, when you encounter a mishap, it's crucial to bear in mind that the repercussions can indeed become more financially burdensome, as demonstrated by these incredibly costly blunders. Now, let's dive into the video. But before we do, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Number 10. Mustache. Game of Thrones fans noticed a Starbucks cup left in a crucial scene, but other TV and movie mistakes can be really expensive. When Warner Bros. Needed to reshoot scenes for Justice League, Henry Cavill, Superman, had a mustache due to another film role. To fix this, Warner Bros. Had to spend millions digitally removing the mustache from the Justice League film to make Superman look clean-shaven. These newspaper typos may not be as costly, but they are pretty amusing. Number 9. Lost in space. In 1999, NASA experienced a costly and highly unusual mishap that involved the loss of a $125 million Mars orbiter. The incident was widely described as a metric mishap. The critical mistake at the heart of this mishap stemmed from a fundamental unit of measurement discrepancy. The problem arose when engineers at Lockheed Martin, the aerospace company responsible for building the Mars orbiter, used English measurements, inches, feet, and the like, for their calculations. These units of measurement differ from NASA's standard, which utilizes the metric system: centimeters, meters, and so forth. Number 8. WalkieTalkie. The WalkieTalkie skyscraper, designed by renowned architect Raphael Wiley, initially drew attention for its distinctive and unique shape, featuring curved and eye-catching walls that made it a standout addition to London's skyline. However, it quickly gained notoriety for a rather unexpected reason. The building's south-facing wall, covered in reflective glass, had a bizarre and unintended effect. It began redirecting the sun's rays in such a concentrated manner that it had the astonishing ability to melt cars and even trigger fires. To rectify this, a permanent sunshade was installed at a cost estimated to be in the low single-digit millions. It serves as a remarkable example of how even well-designed and iconic structures can face unexpected and expensive challenges. Number 7. Bad apple. In the story of Apple's inception, Ronald Wayne emerges as a figure often relegated to the shadows, overshadowed by the iconic duo of Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. However, his role as a co-founder during Apple's early days should not be underestimated. Wayne initially held a significant 10% share in the company, a stake that had the potential to yield immense fortunes. But in a twist of fate, Wayne decided to part ways with his co-founders after just 12 days, selling his share to Jobs and Wozniak for a mere $800. With Apple's current valuation soaring to around $1 trillion, Wayne's decision stands as one of the most costly and regrettable in the realm of business history. Number 6. The Wobbly Bridge. The unveiling of the Millennium Bridge in London in June 2000 was supposed to be a momentous occasion, but it quickly turned into an embarrassment for architects and engineers. The bridge, which was designed to provide a pedestrian crossing over the River Thames, earned the unfortunate nickname the Wobbly Bridge after just 2 days of use. The reason for this nickname was a noticeable swaying and shaking of the bridge as people walked across it. The bridge had been carefully designed to be a modern and elegant addition to London's landscape, but it couldn't support the weight and motion of the pedestrians. It took 2 years of modifications for it to stop swaying and for the Millennium Bridge to reopen. Number 5. Alitalias costly typo. In 2006, a seemingly innocuous typo on Alitalias' website led to one of the most expensive errors in the history of the airline industry. The error occurred when a flight from Toronto to Cyprus was priced at an astonishingly low $39 instead of the intended $3,900. Alitalia soon realized the gravity of the situation. 2,000 tickets had already been sold at the $39 price point before the error was spotted and corrected on their website. Rather than alienating their passengers, Alitalia chose an unconventional and customer-friendly approach. They decided to honor the ultra-low ticket prices for those who had already booked flights at the erroneous rate. This typo had far-reaching consequences and would eventually cost Alitalia a staggering $7 million. Number 4. Wrong measurements. In 2014, a highly unusual and costly mistake related to measurements occurred within France's national rail company. This incident centered around a significant order of 2,000 new trains, meticulously designed to suit the spacious platforms found in major metropolitan stations. However, a glaring oversight came to light in rural France, where these freshly ordered trains could not comfortably fit the narrower platforms. The source of this issue was a miscommunication in which a member of the French rail network gave the rail company, SNCF, inaccurate measurements. Initially, SNCF discreetly endeavored to widen the impacted platforms, but the error eventually became public knowledge. The financial implications of this misstep were substantial, with the trains themselves carrying a hefty price tag of approximately $20 billion, and the subsequent platform modifications incurring a cost exceeding $60 million. Number 3. Costly application error. New Jersey's quest for the race to the top grant worth $4.35 billion hinged on a meticulous and accurate application process. Unfortunately, a critical error derailed their chances, as administrators mistakenly used 2011 data instead of the required 2009 data. This seemingly small oversight resulted in a 3-point deficit, causing New Jersey to narrowly miss out on a substantial opportunity to enhance their education system. The cost of this error was not only financial, but also an opportunity lost to improve the state's educational landscape. Number 2. Bitcoin lost. James Howells, an IT worker from Newport, Wales, serves as a stark example of the unpredictable nature of the cryptocurrency world. In 2009, during the early days of Bitcoin, Howells mined around 7,500 Bitcoins when the digital currency was virtually worthless. However, a twist of fate unfolded when, in 2013, he mistakenly discarded a hard drive containing his Bitcoin wallet, rendering his fortune inaccessible. Fast forward to the present, and Bitcoin has soared in value. Howells' discarded Bitcoins, once of little value, would be worth an astonishing $127 million today, underscoring the irony and regret in his story. Number 1. Wrong flavor. Coca-Cola has always maintained its classic, timeless flavor, and for good reason. In 1985, in an attempt to rival Pepsi, the company introduced New Coke, a much sweeter variant of its original soda. However, this ambitious move backfired, as History.com reports that the new flavor turned out to be a major failure, ultimately boosting the stocks of their competitors.